I'm Indrajit Bhadwar, and I welcome all of you, all our honors guests, especially our guest of honor, Venkatachaliah Sahab, the great iconic former Chief Justice of India. And I'll read everyone who's on the panel, but I may not do it in order of seniority, so you will forgive me for that. This is because a lot of people will be joining us who are traveling abroad. Sri Tushar Mehta, Solicitor General of India, Sri Venkatachaliah Ramani, Attorney General of India, the Honorable Chief Justice, former Chief Justice, of course, the great U. Lalit Sahab, then Sri Manoj Mishra, President of the Supreme Court Advocates on Record Association, of course, Professor G.S. Bajpai, one of the inspirations behind our entire organization, a great entrepreneur, a great lawyer, great advocate, and a very good friend, Pradeep Rai, and his wife, Rajshri Rai. Of course, Professor Chinochan Sastry. And over to you, Pradeep. Please say a few words.
Honorable Justice M.N. Venkatachaliah, sir, former Chief Justice of India and the founder of MCPC, the Mediation and Conciliation Project Committee, and also currently the Legal Aid Clinic, which is a kind of Supreme Court Legal Services Authority that is also brainchild of Honorable Justice Venkatachaliah, and because of these efforts, it came into existence. I have seen Honorable Justice Venkatachaliah in different forums, including National Human Rights Commission, and we are really fond of Honorable Justice Venkatachaliah, sir. I welcome you. Honorable Justice Uday Umesh Lalit, Sri R. Venkatramani, sir, Attorney General for India, who is one of the biggest inspiration for many young lawyers. He has been a source of energy for all of us. Honorable Tushar Mehta ji, Professor G.S. Bajpai ji, Vice Chancellor of NLU. Vice Chancellor NLU, Mr. Bajpai has been a great friend, and he has actually helped and guided us in many of our projects and many of our steps taken in the interest of justice. Professor Chinochan Sastry, sir, former Dean of IIM Bangalore. Sir, we really welcome you for this joining us and also helping us in this program. Mr. Manoj Kumar Mishra, President Supreme Court Advocate on Record Association. Mr. Indrajit Bhadwar, the editor of in-chief of India Legal. Ms. Rajshri. This legal app is very close to me, and this legal app is close to me because this is going to support a lot of persons who are underprivileged, who do not have access to justice. So in that sense, this legal app is going to do some wonders. The success of a system is measured by ability to provide equal access and justice to all, irrespective of their economic background. Legal aid an essential component of achieving the goal and ensuring the justice of society. Our preamble, which is the justice, liberty, and equality and fraternity, that can be actually achieved by the equality to before law. Some of the times we find that there are so many matters, but different kind of lawyers, different kind of competence, they are appearing in the matter. So many feel that if one side a top lawyer is appearing, other side a lawyer who is not that competent maybe is appearing, so may not be equal opportunity to get that. But this app is actually planning to do all this and going to make this a reality. This app actually, when it started, once I attended your just pre-stage program, in which I found that so many calls from the regional areas and different parts of the country are ringing, and they are inquiring, and they are actually seeking help on different issues, from adoption to some small cases. Like there was a very interesting case from Azamgarh, in which we found that there are around 10 to 15 persons who were declared dead by their family members, and they were running from pillars to posts just to get alive, declared alive themselves. And that was the case which your legal app, prior to this launch, they have taken up, and you successfully you could do that. So the talisman of Gandhiji, that whenever you plan something, unless you think about the last person in the society, you cannot achieve what you wanted to achieve. In other words, we can simply deal with so many other issues. But when this program is launched, I find that so many students, so many lawyers, from senior advocates to advocate on records, from then to students, They all are participating in this. And not only participating, but they will be one of the top volunteers of this entire India Legal Lab. Many of the lawyers who have been engaged and who have been advised to be the part of it. Manoj Mishra ji is there, who is actually helping us out, and he is actually trying very hard. The ultimate goal of this app is that there should not be anyone who does not get justice because he does not have a lawyer, he does not have fee to pay. So a kind of services from the pro bono to from the mediation to litigation. Everything is being provided, and the first goal of this app should have been, and they are practicing that primarily go for mediation, and then if nothing works out, then only litigation. If that is the motto, you all are really whatever you have done for this program, I feel that you all worth being congratulated, and I really feel so good that in this era, that is the era of digital media, that is the era of artificial intelligence. If that entire apps and this entire exercise is conducted properly, I am sure that this India Legal Lab, which has taken birth because of this hard work and advice of Honorable Justice Venkatachaliah sir, you take it from me, sir, that this is going to be a great success. The law is, in a significant sense, is a service, and if you do not know the element of service from the law loses its souls. The success in life depends upon how you craft your own life of service to others, especially underprivileged. So all this program and plan is there. By using this app, we can bridge the gap between those who need legal assistance and the legal professionals who can provide it. It improves, and it is imperative that we embrace this innovative platform to ensure that justice is not thus a privilege for the few, but a fundamental right to all. I welcome each and everyone, and I am really very happy to see this happening reality in the leadership of Honorable Justice Venkatachaliah ji, Honorable Mr. Indrajit Badwar, and Ms. Rashri ji. I congratulate you all for this wonderful app, and this app is going to be helping a lot of young students, young lawyers, and not only them, but many of the senior lawyers who are going to be a guiding force like Mr. R. Venkatramani, Attorney General for India. Thank you, Tirlochan Sastry sir. Thank you, Mr. Bajpayee ji. Thank you, Venkatachaliah sir. Thank you, everyone, for attending this program. I welcome each one of you, including participants who are participating directly. Mr. G.B. Rao, who is also there, who was earlier not able to listen. Now he's getting the proper signal. Thank you so much, sir.
Pradeep sir, am I unmuted right now?
Yes, yes.
Well, first of all, thank you very much. That was an extremely inspiring address, and it really set the tone for, I think, all the future. I now invite Dr. G.S. Vajpayee, the Vice Chancellor of the National Law University of New Delhi.
Warm welcome to all, and my greetings and my regards to Honorable Justice, former Chief Justice of India, Mr. M.N. Venkatachaliah ji, and also my regards and my greetings to Mr. R. Venkatramani ji, and of course we have Professor Tirlochan Sastry and Shri Manoj Kumar Mishra ji, and definitely the old friends, Shri Pradeep Rai ji and Mr. Indrajit ji. Thank you very much. And of course, Rashri Rai ji. Before I begin, I have to really thank you and congratulate you, especially the India Legal App launch ceremony, which is happening under the edges of ILRF. And I'm aware of the functioning of ILRF for last many years. In fact, the event at Ranchi I attended with Mr. Indrajit and everyone. So the good work and the credibility that this foundation has earned over last several years is something which is really, really remarkable. And you have made a very, stellar contribution to the growth of legal profession and legal education in this country. I'm particularly elated to mention that this particular app, I have gone through the details of this app, and I'm very happy that you are contributing to something which is much needed And especially when I look at the 4 very important components on which this app is really contributing, which includes the free legal aid advice over phone and audio video call, drafting legal documents, legal services, legal information. And the areas that you are covering are probably very, very important, which include litigation support, conveyance work, review, research, paralegal support, contract drafting, property matters, will matters. And especially, I have to mention a couple of things, because though Mr. Pradeep Rai has really mentioned, but I think you are contributing to a much larger question that the Indian legal profession at the moment is trying to really struggle with. So that is the relationship between technology and legal profession. And I was listening yesterday, a very important TED talk by a very prominent person called, Imran Chaudhry, who is the designer of Apple products. A new technology is soon arriving, which would be deviceless. There won't be any device. The AI will function in such a manner where your voice command would be enough without the support of any device, just a couple of bearable devices here and there, and you would be able to sort of contribute to a variety of requirements of your personal and professional life. Now, this is the scene in which we are currently, staying. And it is in that context, I think, any contribution in terms of technology to the legal profession and to the legal education is highly, highly recommended. And I am aware that at this point of time, when ChatGPT and AI-enabled platforms have come up already, and there are lots of discussion going on, including the Mr. Sam, who is the owner of ChatGPT, has met the other day with Prime Minister. And the India is contemplating AI regulation now. And all these developments are becoming very, very important. And so I am of the view that the shape of legal profession is going to be drastically impacted by the onslaught of technology in multiple ways, in incredible ways. And therefore, we need to understand the areas in which the technology can really help or can probably contribute. So I am just pointing out 6 very important areas, because I am taking this opportunity, because this is not simply the creation of an app. In larger context, this app creation is located in terms of the context in which all these things are happening. So for instance, enhanced research and data analysis. Now, this thing is in legal field is very, very important, where we look at the different kind of research. And so we are now contemplating a lot of software in this particular field. And secondly, the efficient document management. Now, we require a lot of tools, and a lot of tools, in fact, already available, which are replacing the use of paper and bringing a variety of digital platforms and cloud-based solutions, which secure the centralized repositories, ensuring easy access to all kinds of files and different kinds of, material. And third is automation of administrative tasks. Now, technology has automated numerous administrative tasks that were once tedious and time-consuming for legal practitioners. So now all the routine tasks, including the drafting of contracts, preparing legal documents, managing bill, invoice, all those things are probably being handled through these tools. A very important thing is remote collaboration and communication. Now, tools are coming up in this area again, which are relating to advancements in technology, which have greatly facilitated remote collaboration, which is very seamless process now. And it has expanded the opportunity for virtual law firms, remote consultation, and global partnership, fostering great flexibility and efficiency in legal practice. Additionally, if you see, these tools have proved very valuable during the COVID time. And last is enhanced security and confidentiality. So maintaining security and confidentiality of sensitive legal information is of paramount importance. So technology has contributed significantly, in terms of improving data security, cyber threats, encryption techniques, secure client portals, strict access controls, ensure confidential information. All these things are becoming very, very important. So to my mind, these things are very important. While this app is contributing to a variety of areas, especially relating to, as Mr. Pradeep Rai mentioned, the access to legal aid. I was just reading somewhere the World Justice Report, which is a very impressive platform now to tell about the rule of law and acts as well as the legal aid and all those things. They are mentioning at a given time in most of the countries, as many as 40% people live without the protection of law, outside of the purview of the protection of law. And they are those people who are unable to access the legal system and legal institutions. Now, facilitation of legal aid and access to justice in this context is, if it is technologically driven, I don't know why we could not do much in this direction. I'm also aware of the very promising announcement, or rather the launch of a program of the Ministry of Law and Justice, TeleLaw. Now, TeleLaw project could not come up to the expectations, probably because we need a very trained manpower now. Now, this interdisciplinarity is needed because in legal profession, to facilitate some of these things, you need a lot of technocrats to devise these mechanisms to be able to really perform those tasks very efficiently. So I was just looking at the 4 or 5 very important tools which are quite unique to the legal profession, and they have already come up. And I'm sure the designing process of this app may sometime be benefited from the presence of these tools. So already there is a tool called case management system. And this tool is very, very important, especially the maintaining of the documents by the practitioner. And contract management software is already available, which has simplified the creation, negotiation, management of contracts. And this platform offers now the contract templates, automated contract generation, version control, digital signature, contract tracking. Similarly, there is a e-discovery software. Now, this assists the legal professional in managing the electronic discovery process in litigation. Practice management software, virtual meeting software. So taking together, I feel that this app is a right contribution, especially a lot of things are happening, are impacting the legal practice in a significant way. So probably it is a new way of looking at the legal profession. And it is a high time that the leaders in the profession must emphasize more and more utilization of such kind of app. And I believe that this is a ocean in the drop, is a drop in the ocean. Probably we need more and more such tools which could be made easily available to the people who are looking for effective legal remedies and effective legal guidance in a very cheaper way. So in that direction, this app is going to be a game changer. And I'm sure that the people managing this app affairs would be cognizant of the fact that the feedback from the users would be taken up and it can further be revised because technology keeps changing. So I'm sure, looking at the credentials and looking at the team that you have, I'm sure that this is going to be a very, very significant development in the overall activity that this India Legal Research Foundation has been doing. I have been associated with this foundation for quite some time now. I assure all my support from the National Law University to all your pursuits and exercises that you undertake. Wish you all the best. Thank you for your time and thank you for a kind invitation today. Thank you.
Next, Professor Tiroshan Shastri is here, former Dean at IIM Bangalore.
Thank you and good morning, sir. And it's an honor to be here. I am not very knowledgeable about legal affairs. I suspect that I have been invited here because of our work with the Association for Democratic Reforms. So I will only make one offer, because I am not competent to speak on legal issues, that please tell us how we can help you. What I anticipate is that we may be able to help reach some of the unreached through our own networks which are all over the country. So we would be happy to help you in whatever way we can. And another couple of thoughts I thought I would mention. This is a very grand initiative and one feels highly energized because one of the few rare occasions where a group of eminent people is working together entirely without self-interest and for the good of society. And that is very, very energizing and inspiring. So usually these initiatives, they take off much more successfully when there is a core team of people who are willing to devote full time to it. So I can see that at least one managing director is there, and I am sure that she is assisted by a very able team. We would like to engage with that team and the managing director to understand in detail how we can help them. That is one point I wanted to make. And the other thing is, much of the legal work is in the hinterlands of India. By the people who require legal aid are people who do not know English. Those who, by and large, there's a large number of people who do not know English and who are suffering because of various reasons. So we have to have some way of reaching the unreached beyond the confines of the Supreme Court and August groups and bodies like this. How do we reach those people? We can help you a little bit in that. We do not promise that we will reach each and every person. And the last comment I'll make is the future is always with the youth. And we should seriously consider, just a suggestion to this August group, getting some younger people, maybe in a group of 35 to 45, who are not very, very young, but have 10, 15 years of experience, who are fired up by this mission, and also charge them with the job of expanding our reach. So these are some suggestions I presume to place before this August body. Thanks a lot for inviting me. I rather suspect that one of the persons we all admire, that is Justice M.N. Venkatachaliah, had a role to play in ensuring that I'm also here. Thank you, sir. Namaskaram for that. And it's an honor to be as part of this panel of such a distinguished group of people. Thank you so much. And we will engage in detail later if required. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Shastri. It is actually our duty and our honor to thank you for extending your hand of friendship and your hand of help. And we shall certainly reach out to you sooner than you think and pick your brains and see whichever way that because at this stage, we do need all the help and support we can get. And it was very encouraging for you to give us. We have a live call.
Yes,
from our resource center, from someone asking for legal aid. Through this app. And he's speaking to Chief Justice.
पिछले 7 महीने मैंने काम किया और बस उसने मुझे 2 महीने का पैसा दिया था और उन्होंने कहा कि 5 महीने का पैसा के लिए जब मैंने उनसे मांगा तो वो पैसा मतलब मुझे पैसा देने के लिए मना कर रहे थे और उनका मैसेज का प्रूफ भी है मैम मेरे पास कि उन्होंने सीधा पैसा देने से मना कर दिया था। बस मैम आपसे मेरा यही है कि आप मुझे मेरा पैसा दिलवा दीजिए। लाइक मैं गरीब आदमी हूँ। हेलो,
You are asking the question in Hindi. I understand that you have some problem about some arrears of money due to you for your work.
Yes, sir. Please, sir.
That is so. I suggest that you go to the Legal Services Authority. The Legal Services Authority Act of 1987. All high courts have such institutions within them. They are supposed to provide legal aid free to you, and if you have any difficulty, you can come back to our portal and we will connect you to them. So please approach them first. If you are not able to establish contact with them, you kindly come back to us and we will arrange from our portal a connection with the Legal Services Authority.
Honorable Justice M.N. Venkatachaliah, former Chief Justice of India, Justice U.U. Lalit, former Chief Justice of India, Attorney General R. Venkatramani ji, Professor G.S. Vajpayee ji, Vice Chancellor NLU Delhi, Trilokan Shastri ji, former Dean IIM Bengaluru, Manoj Mishra ji, President Skawara, ILRF Chairman Pradeep Rai ji, APN News Editor-in-Chief Rakshi Rai ji. It's a great pleasure and honor to be a part of the launch function of the India Legal App. I congratulate Pradeep Rai ji, Chairman, India Legal Research Foundation, ILRF, and his team on the grand launch of the India Legal Research App. It is indeed a grand and momentous occasion, not only for ILRF, but also the judiciary and people at large. I also congratulate Ms. Rakshi Rai for her wholehearted efforts in providing valuable inputs for the app development and for her dynamic and inspiring leadership, which has led the team to create the application despite all challenges. I also congratulate former Chief Justice of India, Justice M.N. Venkatachaliah, for being the guiding light in this venture. As a patron-in-chief of India Legal and ILRF, he has been a source of strength and guidance for the entire team. I have been following the rising graph of ILRF and have been pleasantly surprised and pleased to find the organization working selflessly for the cause of justice to the masses. I recall President Draupadi Murmu's voicing a concern for access to justice in an ILRF function some time back. She had said that the underprivileged are afraid of courts, police stations, and hospitals. If they cannot go to the court, then the court should reach at their doorsteps. At this juncture, India Legal Research Foundation has stepped in with the legal app, which has potential to fulfill and satisfy the legal needs of people. In doing so, ILRF is fulfilling its duty towards the nation and the Constitution. I can say with no hesitation that India ILRF has been working in tandem with the policies of the government and has done yeoman service in actualizing the pro-people policies of our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi. Over the years, a host of legal luminaries and prominent personalities have joined hands with the ILRF in its social endeavors. I assure you that the government stands by the organization and will make every effort to join hands with ILRF in its social commitments and efforts. I have been told that after more than a year of brainstorming and copious in-house research, a special team formed by the India Legal has designed and put together into public use this special app. It covers a wide range and a wide gamut of legal matters of use not only to the judicial community but also to the students and the general public. Now, access to justice is an area of key concern for the government and the judiciary. Timely and speedy justice to the needy has always been the need of the hour. Today, its relevance has increased more. Underprivileged and marginalized are as much in need of prompt and easily accessible justice as the well-off. The India Legal App consummates this vitally felt need. The app is a window for access to justice. At the click of a button, the person can access a host of legal services and solve his legal problems. Now, this is an achievement and is so much in sync with the e-court vision of the government, which aims at the use of technology to increase access to justice. I thank the entire ILRF team once again on this historic moment.
Thank you very much, sir, for your listening. Yes, now after this, I have the honor and privilege of going to Shri R. Venkatachaliah, Attorney General for India. Welcome to the webinar, sir, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Good morning and greetings to all the wonderful people who gathered here today for being part of a lovely occasion. I'm indeed delighted to be invited to the launch ceremony of India Legal App in the presence of illustrious gathering of two former Vice Chief Justices and Vice Chancellors. Particularly when I'm in the presence of former Chief Justice Venkatachaliah, I often say that I find myself tongue-tied for a reason that lesser mortals like me can babble at length, and I'm reminded of the humility to be astutely abided by. An occasion like this, when well-meaning people with intent and thoughts gathered over a period of time in the service of the nation and in the service of the people, those sections of our country who have for a long time and continue to be in need of justice, aid and assistance. I thank the India Legal Research Foundation, the think tank behind the endeavour and creation. The moving spirit behind Mr. Pradeep Rai and Rajshri Rai, who I know fairly well for a long time, and I am sure that the invisible hand of hers in the generation of ideas and the framework of the services that are offered through India Legal App will grow visibly and plentifully. When you talk about the justice needs of the different sections of the community, we keep talking about it because, notwithstanding the enormous efforts, both in thought and practice, to reach out to the deprived sections of the community and to stand by them when their justice needs, we still find that as a nation and as a profession, we need to cross several miles before we can say, yes, we have reached. Having regard to the magnitude and the vastness of the job, I think it's important that we not only applaud endeavours like India Legal App, but to treat them as part of the huge effort in reaching out to the most disadvantaged and deprived sections of the community. And justly so, for equal regard and equal access to all community resources, in order that every one of us can say and loudly say, yes, we are in a country and a home which is all comfort. The great poet Subramanya Bharati, who dreamt of a free India as expansive as Rabindranath Tagore, said that even if one person goes without food, the world needs to be destroyed. He also said that every corner of the state must have a school where education will cease to be beyond the reach of those who are in dire need of accessing knowledge. His thoughts in a way are thoughts of the legal profession. While he did not talk about justice, the theme of his proposition about a school in every corner is the theme about justice. While we encapsulated several ideas, the legal aid reports, in 1973 under the leadership of Justice Krishna Iyer and Justice P.N. Bhagwati, and a constitutional amendment granting equal access to justice is not merely a matter of direct principle of state policy, but has now virtually become a fundamental right. But how do we really translate this access to justice as a fundamental right into living reality, and a living reality for those access to justice is a dire need. We are constantly reminded about the huge pendency of cases in various courts. We keep constantly engaging ourselves in the resolution of the pendency issue. But at the same time, the most deserving who keep waiting for dispensation of justice, the most deserving who is disabled from more than one dimension of the social order, and for whom we need to innovate. Innovate in a way that the well-understood, well-comprehended impediments in the access to justice will not lie in their way. Given the evolution of technology, regardless of the challenges which they may likely to pose, the India Legal App in such endeavour, I think, could be in the right direction of using technology and harnessing its potential, first and primarily and effectively in the service of those who deserve most. Having seen the contours of India Legal App, I find it well grounded and also conceived with a futuristic vision. I only wish that such endeavours, harnessing technology, may likely to involve the student community in a way that may generate feelings and considerations of empathy, concern, compassion, and altruism, if one may put it like that. I am sure that India Legal App would probably be in a position to consider the proposal and have a pan-India network of students who should be involved as part of clinical legal education program through such applications. If I say anything more beyond this little understanding of the subject, I may be prodding into the lofty thoughts arena of my mentors like former Chief Justice Venkatachaliah, who I see on the screen. I pay my due respect in regards to the esteemed members of the India Legal App family and to the dignitaries who are going to grace the occasion today. I am sure very soon India Legal App will publish a report on the milestone that it would have covered within a short span of time. I wish the authors of the program great success, and I am sure in my own humble way I will be in a position to travel along with them and learn more about the justice needs of the most deprived sections of the community. Jai Hind.
Justice Lalit is in the US right now. We've been trying to connect with him.
Honorable Justice M.N. Venkatachaliah, former Chief Justice of India, Mr. R. Venkatramani, Learned Attorney General for India, Mr. Tushar Mehta, Learned Solicitor General of India, all other distinguished members. It gives me immense pleasure to be part of the launch of India Legal Application. Making justice delivery system accessible to the underprivileged and marginalized sections of the society has always been a challenge and our principal endeavor. The lack of knowledge of constitutional and legal rights makes the task more complex. In this digital age, access to justice has taken a different dimension altogether. The internet, the computers, and various applications have systemized the justice delivery system. However, the need is to bring the courts closer to the people. India Legal App has rightly stepped in to fulfill the needs of the time. At the click of a button, a person in the far-flung areas of the country can now access a host of legal services. The instant app can also cut down legal costs associated with the hiring of a lawyer, and any legal query can be answered through this app. The app will certainly enhance the awareness of our legal rights and duties. I wish good luck to the persons who are behind the launch of this app, and I wish them all the success in their future endeavors. Thank you.
Our mentor and our patron, Chief Justice Venkatachaliah. Over to you, sir. It'll be a pleasure listening to you again.
Esteemed Sri Indrajit Bhadwaj ji, Justice Lalit, Attorney General of India, Sri Venkatramani, Solicitor General of India, Professor Bajpai, Professor Tilokan Shastri, Shri Manoj Mishra, my esteemed friends Rajesh and Rajesh, and Srimati Rajeshri CJI and Shri Pradeep Rai, and all the esteemed participants in this beautiful program. I deem it a privilege to be invited to inaugurate and put into public domain the India Legal App, a platform for the benefit of a wide range of consumers, including a large legal community of 1.2 million lawyers and 500,000 law students, judges, courts and law teachers. India Legal has pioneered this remarkable legal services agenda in keeping with its broad and enlightened ideology. I am grateful to Ms. Rajeshri G. Rai for the honor of this invitation. Her commitment to the cause of justice is contagious. The significance of India legal innovation consists in its potential to energize the rapid changes in the methods of dispute resolution. The portals can be a powerful tool to speed up the justice delivery system. The monopoly of the sovereign state of the use of physical force, except for the individual's right of private defense, combined with the constitutional guarantee of equal protection under the law, mandate legal aid as an institutional obligation of the state as a part of its duty and as a part of its fundamental obligation. This portal, properly used, can infinitely enlarge the potential for legal aid, advice and legal services. The mandate under the state's legal services authority can infinitely expanded by the use of this portal and in collaboration with it. Ladies and gentlemen, the law and legal systems are the pivots on which the state machinery and the statecraft revolve. The machinery of justice in India is overworked and worn out, though in recent times some courts have shown some great resilience. The Social Progress Index report of 2023 says that in 186 districts of India, 70% of the new cases are disposed of within 3 years. This is really music to the ears of proponents of fast-track justice. Some 78 years ago, a great scientist, reacting to one of the stunning exploits of science of the times, observed, everything changed. Humanity has to adopt new ways of thinking if it is to survive. The dawn of the age of artificial intelligence is another event which has changed everything once again, this time with a great threat of virulence. Threats to human survival emanate from many sources. The first and the foremost is the continued and unthinking destruction of nature, the very foundation for our own survival. An eminent scholar cautioned, I am pessimistic about the human race because it is too ingenious for its own good. Threats of nuclear wars, spread of deadly pathogens, and nature's fury triggered by man's irresponsible conduct towards it can overwhelm human resources and its capacity for survival. It is time that we made peace with nature. Nay, bow down to it in humility, reverence, and gratitude. Technological exploits of the past, such as the railroad, printing technology, and the internet, had changed the world. Surpassing everything and astonishing in its potential is the artificial intelligence. Development is the buzzword of the times. Our governments are passionate about development, rightly so. It is heartening to see government placing this agenda above everything else. But the Human Development Report of 2022 ranks India at the 132nd place. The World Happiness Report 2023 grants India the 126th place. The Social Progress Imperative Report of 24th May 2023 places India at the 110th place out of 170 countries. there are two views on the philosophy of development itself. One argues for economic growth at all costs, ignoring everything inconsistent with it. It proclaims a high tide lifts up all boats. The growth it postulates trickles down for the benefit of all in course of time. This sums up what is attributed to Lee Kuan Yew, the maker of modern Singapore, who declared, if you want development, forget democracy. This is the famous Lee thesis in economics. The other school argues for a more liberal and friendly approach to development, emphasizing that social reform, social reforms will in turn promote economic development. Spread of health, education, social welfare contribute to economic prosperity. This is the debate on the interrelationship between economic performance and social progress. The proponents of this philosophy of social reforms spurring economic growth do not recognize GDP as a conclusive and definitive tool of measurement. Simon Smith-Kuznets, who devised the GDP tool, was awarded the 1971 Nobel Prize for Economics. Infant and maternal mortalities, life expectancy at birth are not merely social parameters but are also foundations for economic progress. For instance, in the fourth decade of the last century, maternal mortalities in India were 2,000 per lakh of childbirths. Now in Kerala, the situation has dramatically improved, that presently the figure is below 30 per lakh of childbirth. This is one of the true indicators of true development. Otherwise, the slogan of development becomes barren and hollow. As described on Human Development Report, it becomes ruthless, voiceless, jobless, and futureless development. That was in the 1999 Human Development Report. So society has always been profoundly influenced by sensitive relationship between individuals and knowledge system. Society has always been profoundly influenced by the sensitive relationship between individuals and knowledge system. Artificial intelligence might surpass the cumulative influence of all earlier innovations. What would take years of collective scientific effort might be achieved in the shortest period of time, particularly in the field of pharmaceutical research. The miracle drug Halicin is just one example. It is time for a constructive dialogue between technology and law, which is imperative for the benefit of the legal systems and speedy justice. It also leaves to us to wonder whether a human organization, including its prized institution of democracy, can at all survive in a world where a few genius machines are controlled by a small number of people. The present portal is the product of deep concern with the problems of human welfare and the peaceful resolution of the inevitable conflicts of a restless society. I express the hope that in the days to come, India Legal will be in the forefront to examine the potential of artificial intelligence to solve human problems, and particularly those peculiar to India. We live in exciting times. Legal systems must assure all of us live under the protection of an adequate system. This app promotes this hope. Thank you very much for your patience and courtesy.
Of the essential relationship between compassion and the delivery of justice through technology. We now turn to another very important figure in our midst, and we are so happy he joined us. It's Sri Manoj K. Mishra. He is the president of the Supreme Court's Advocates on Record Association. Mishra ji, we'd love for you to join us and have your views and please welcome to this webinar. Over to you, sir.
Honorable Mr. Justice M.N. Venkatachaliah, former Chief Justice of India. Honorable Mr. U.U. Lalit, former Chief Justice of India. Sri R. Venkatramani, Learned Attorney General for India. Sri Tushar Mehta, Learned Solicitor General of India. Sri Pradeep Rai, Senior Advocate and Chairperson, Balaji Foundation, Professor Sri Dr. G.S. Vajpayee, Vice Chancellor, National Law University, Delhi, Professor Sri Trilochan Sastri, former Dean at IIM Bangalore, Sri Indrajit Badwar, Editor-in-Chief, India Legal, Ms. Rajshri Rai. At the outset, I must congratulate India Legal Research Foundation for the countrywide launch of its pioneering initiative, the multilingual free legal help app, namely the India Legal app. The foundation has always been at the forefront in providing high quality legal aid and assistance to those who are unable to afford it. ILRF has always remained committed to making justice accessible to people through strengthening existing avenues and evolving newer means to achieve affordable, quick, satisfactory settlement of disputes. And I believe it is this commitment which gave birth to the idea of developing an app to provide legal assistance to the people of the country with the simple click of a button. Access to justice is one of the most fundamental tenets of the Constitution of India, and the launch of the India Legal app is a laudable move towards ensuring that justice is made available to everyone, irrespective of their socio-economic location. It is much needed initiative in today's era of digitalization, where technology mediates our community and our personhood. I earnestly hope that through this initiative, citizens' trust in the judicial system can be built by so causing speed and accuracy of legal resolutions. I extend a hearty vote of thanks to all speakers for sharing their thoughts today. I am deeply thankful to Honorable Mr. Justice M.N. Venkatachaliah, former Chief Justice of India, for sparing his valuable time and gracing these occasions. I am also deeply grateful to Honorable Mr. Justice U.U. Lalit, former Chief Justice of India. My sincere thanks to Sri R. Venkatramani, Learned Attorney General for India, Sri Tushar Mehta Ji, Learned Solicitor General of India, Professor Sri Dr. G.S. Vajpayee, Vice Chancellor, National Law University, Delhi, Professor Sri Trilochan Sastri, former Dean, IIM Bangalore, for their kind gestures for accepting our invitations to grace this occasion. I also express my thanks to members of the print and electronic media for participating in this event, for our valued guests who are in the physical attendance, and the citizens from across the country who have joined us virtually. Last but not the least, I would like to thank Ms. Rajshri Rai, who is pillar of support behind every initiative undertaken by ILRF. She, along with the entire team, has worked tirelessly for the development of this project for the benefit of the people, as also to make this whole event a grand success. I once again thank all of you for the core of my heart.
Thank you very much, Mr. Saab, for very kind words. And I don't know why Ms. Rajshri Rai has been a silent spectator. She's the major domo. She's the person who's been conducting this whole orchestra from behind the scenes. And without hearing from her, I refuse to close this program down. So, Ms. Rajshri Rai, please let us hear from you. Thank you, ma'am.
नमस्कार सभी लोगों को। मैं जिसके बगल में बैठी हूँ, इतना ही देखकर आप सभी को समझ में आ जाएगा कि जब स्वयं न्याय की मूर्ति साथ बैठी हो तो न्याय के सिवा और कोई बात हो नहीं सकती है। मैं हिंदी में मैंने इसलिए बोलना शुरू किया क्योंकि जैसा कि हमने देखा कि कॉल भी हिंदी में आया है। जब से ये ऐप शुरू हुआ है, मैंने दो चीज़ें महसूस की हैं। एक तो ये कि न्याय जो अंतिम व्यक्ति तक नहीं पहुंच रहा है, उसमें भाषा अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ी बाधा है, जिसकी वजह से लोग समझ नहीं पाते हैं। इसलिए ये जो ऐप है वो ऐप मल्टीलिंगुअल है, कई भाषाओं में है, जैसे कि हमने देखा भी कि तमिल में भी कॉल्स आ रहे हैं, तेलुगु में भी आ रहे हैं, तमाम तरह के। इसके अलावा इस ऐप को बनाने के पीछे जो प्रेरणा रही है जस्टिस वेंकटचलैया हमारे पैटर्न इन चीफ, और उसके साथ साथ हमारे चेयरमैन प्रदीप राय सर, एंड इसके अलावा वो तमाम सभी लोग जो मैगजीन से चाहे जुड़े हों या फिर किसी भी तरीके से हमसे जुड़ते रहे हैं, और इसके अलावा वो आम आदमी, जब भी हम बाहर हमने कदम रखा और जब हमने देखा कि कोई भी एक छोटी सी भी दिक्कत अगर है तो आप जाइए कोर्ट के सामने, खासकर मुफस्सिल कोर्टों के सामने कितनी भीड़ लगी रहती है और उनकी शायद सुनवाई करने वाला भी कोई नहीं होता। इस वक्त पूरी न्याय व्यवस्था इसके लिए काम कर रही है, बार एंड बेंच सभी इसके लिए काम कर रहे हैं, और इसी में चाहे वो चाहे शैक्षणिक संस्थाएं हैं वो भी काम कर रही हैं, लेकिन इसी में इस समंदर को और अधिक रिच बनाने के लिए और अधिक धनवान बनाने के लिए एक बूंद हमारी तरफ से भी है, और या फिर इसको शायद ऐसे कहा जा सकता है कि ये अगर बहुत बड़ी पूजा है तो एक दिया हमारी तरफ से भी है। साथ ही इस ऐप को अगर मैं एक शब्दों में कहूँ कि ये ऐप क्या है, तो मैं आप सबों को ये बताते हुए बड़ी खुशी भी महसूस कर रही हूँ कि ये ऐप वो है जो अंतिम व्यक्ति का हाथ पकड़ेगा जहां उसको जरूरत पड़ेगी, और ये हाथ वो छोड़ेगा नहीं, हमेशा पकड़े रहेगा जब तक कि उसको न्याय मिल नहीं जाते। और इसी उम्मीद में कि आप लोग के आशीर्वाद से और आप लोग के गाइडेंस से, आप लोगों के दिशा निर्देश के रहते हुए हम सही रास्ते पर चलते रहेंगे, और हमारा जो ये लक्ष्य है लोगों की सेवा और सबसे ज्यादा बहुत कम पैसे में भी जो लोगों तक न्याय पहुंचे, ये जो लक्ष्य है, इस लक्ष्य को हम जरूर पूरा कर पाएंगे। लेकिन जहां जहां आप लोगों ने जैसा वादा कर ही दिया है, जहां जहां हमें जरूरत पड़ेगी दिशा निर्देश की, हम आपके सामने हाजिर होंगे, इस उम्मीद के साथ कि आप सभी का आशीर्वाद और दिशा निर्देश मेरे साथ और हम लोग हमारे पूरी टीम के साथ यूं ही बना रहेगा। हमारे पैट्रन इन चीफ हमारे साथ हैं तो हमारे लिए सारे ही कुछ जैसे पूरी कायनात हमारे साथ है। लेकिन इसी उम्मीद के साथ आप सबों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया मेरे इस ऐप को आशीर्वाद देने के लिए और हमारे इस सत्कार्य में हमारा सहयोग करने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया।
Actually, after everything that we've heard, especially from राशि जी के शब्द और जो प्रदीप जी ने कहा है, फिर हमारे पेट्रन चीफ ने कहा है कि it becomes really redundant for me to add anything more. It's in the shortest period of time, I think we've summed up a rather complex lego-technical, if I may make up a word, issue. It's quite a rare thing to have an app that actually promotes this very large and sometimes abstruse concept called access to justice. And I hope as it translates into reality, as you saw some of it, as a demonstration of some of it right now, live as we were doing this program, I think it'll go from strength to strength. And I wish the entire team that worked on this app, who are also watching this show, and every one of you who participated, a very, very, very heartful thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for your time, and thank you for wishing us well. We wish you well as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.